It's time to get a little less serious about wrestling. This is the Alternate Commentary Table with lifelong friends.
Notice your difference in size.
And lifelong wrestling fans.
Each is a very capable performer, and each is a little too clever to give the other boy much of an advantage.
Mitch Hontzias.
Credits himself with a lot of power.
And Dimitri Korolis.
So that he got all that power from drinking raw olive oil all through his youth.
We are Greek Canaries. We are Alternaries. This is the Alternate Commentary Table, brought to you by the newest faction that represents the wrestling podcast business today. Celebrate Wrestling Podcast Network brings to you the Alternate Commentary Table with Mitch and Dimitri. That's right, coming in hot. Hotter than a handbag that you can deliver with some goods, baby. That's an inside joke for Mitch, only he gets it, but I kept it clean just for the show. Regardless, Celebrate Wrestling, the podcast feed. Look to follow us wherever you're downloading and streaming your podcast. You got to do something else as well. You got to get on that Facebook page. That's where the action is between the action, and that's where we want to get all the traction. Not all, but a lot of it. It's there. You got some shout-outs, because there are some people. We want to shout out the gWo for a second.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back for another week of the ACT. Dimitri's intros are always amazing. I said to Dimitri, I want to make sure that our boys that are part of the gWo are always recognized and respected. You know, we've got to put a little respect on their names. Like the Sal Greco. The Matty Smith. The Tips McGee. South Carolina George. Scotty A.
Hey-o.
And, well, of course, the GW Joe. I mean, he's literally the second in charge.
Joe.
And then the one guy we don't talk enough about, but ladies and gentlemen, he's your brother and he's ours, Rob Spence. Big Rob Spence, gWo, elite.
We want to give a shout out to Tips McGee. That's right, the man who not only is gWo by name, but he's now gWo by game. Thank you very much for your support. We truly appreciate it. Thank you. That means a lot to us for doing something like that. And we want to give a reminder to everyone, pre-orders for gWo shirts are going on as we speak right now. You get in touch with us. You get on the channels. You get to rock the gWo. We know, look, everyone works hard. We want to say, number one, thank you so much for taking the time to dedicate to listen to our show. We really appreciate it. That sweat equity never goes unnoticed. And of course, all your hard-earned dollars, we do appreciate it as well. And that's why we want to come in each week and give a good product for you so you can wear those gWo shirts with pride, with symbolism, with that Greek swagger that only one can have. And when they look and they say, hey, where do you get something like that? You say you don't get it, you earn it. And once you earn it is the only way that you'll get it.
I love it.
I
love it. Dimitri, we left last week on a little bit of a cliffhanger. You said to me, did you see what happened on SmackDown last week with the Street Profits in the ladder match? And I said, no, I didn't get a chance to get at it. You said, do yourself a favor and get on there ASAP. And I did. And, buddy, you are right. The minute I see now why you withheld the information, going, you'll know when you know. And you're right. Listen, we're not going to do the power ranking every week. We're just throwing it in when we want to do it here and there and everywhere. But, ladies and gentlemen, anytime somebody rips off a prosthetic leg and then is thrown to a wrestler to use as a foreign object, a chair shot, or whatever, you will be acknowledged on this particular podcast each and every single time.
Absolutely.
That was gold.
That was the greatest foreign object of all time. And you know the fan, and what I love was the fan was so proud.
How could you not be?
Right? And he was just like, listen, here you go. And credit to Montez for it.
Yes.
Because he sold, like he did more with it.
Montez was is this happening? And he played it beautifully. You know, the if you think about the crowd member, he threw it at him, and he was like, "Is it it wasn't? You could kind of tell it wasn't planned. I don't think they talked about it." And he's like, no. "I'm gonna put him on the spot." And I mean, what else are you gonna do? Done to perfection, sir.
Oh,
I would put that gentleman as my number one on the power ranking if I knew his name. But prosthetic guy, you're number one on the power ranking without even having a power ranking this week. I loved it. Okay, let's start off with a little. I was looking at the wrestling this week. Did a little Raw. Watched the AEW. We're a little earlier than normal today. So the SmackDown, if we're not talking about it, there's a reason. But to be honest, I'm not expecting a lot out of it. So we'll see what happens. Dimitri, I'm looking at some things. So I'm going to do more of a rapid banter kind of thing. I'm just going to throw ideas and things that I've come across the last little while at you and go from there. Okay. But we'll start with Monday Night Raw. Adam Pearce, GM, runs the show there, or so he thinks.
Does he?
He wasn't there. This is the whole thing. Nicky Aldis goes, hey, you know what? Yeah, why don't you take a day off? Let me handle the situation over here. He goes, I'll GM this place. But before he came on and during the week, Adam Pearce had gone on Instagram and the Facebooks and everything, and he alluded to the name of Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and also Paul Heyman as being the Trifecta of Terror. Okay? I am hoping that he just said that as more of a description of this group, rather than I'm hoping to God that is not the name of this faction. Thoughts on the Trifecta of Terror before I get into the whole scenario? I mean, they came on, they did their thing, they said, hey, you're all on alert. We're a team that is going to take over the WWE. We want to take over. And then Sami Zayn came out, which I don't think anyone had on their bingo card. Like a Sami Zayn, what do you have to do with anything here? Why are you here? Where's CM Punk? Where's Roman Reigns? Why are you here? What do you literally have to do with anything here? Seth told him, hey, don't get involved. I'm going to save you. This is how I'm going to save you. Go to SmackDown. You stay here on the red label. There's going to be some problems. You have to the end of the night to make your decision. Sami, being Sami, decided to make everything difficult. He stayed. He got beaten up. But the Trifecta of Terror and the Sami Zayn twist here. Thoughts on what's going on?
Okay, they might as well call it the Dungeon of Doom. You might as well just bring the Taskmaster back. Let's go.
I like the Taskmaster. That was good.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
There's cheesy names and then there's just terrible names. I hope that's not the name. And I don't think under the Paul Heyman regime,
he can't let that happen.
I don't think he can let that happen.
That would be a vital mistake.
Crucial mistake. Look, the fact of the matter is the name's terrible. I don't think they need a name. Why do they need a name? They don't need a name. Not every faction needs a name.
Okay, that's a good point. I get that, but I kind of like the names. I like them to like them, but if you have a crappy one, Paragon, then I'm gonna call you out on it.
Well, this is the thing, right?
Well, what was that other one before? The Blazer was on it, and Shayna Blazer,
the pure
the pure collective elite or something.
Yeah, pure
just crap.
Yeah.
The pure crap elite.
Pure crap collective.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
So I need the name to play with something, and if it's good, it's good. Like Undisputed, I thought it was a kind of a good name,
and
smart name.
And if all of you are going to give us flack and say, I can't believe you two don't remember,
right.
Well, they're not around. So it looks like WWE didn't even want to remember.
I guess we win again.
Yeah, we win again.
Again.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you. And I want to come to your aid for a second.
Sure,
because
please.
the Paul McAfee a couple weeks ago, he messed up a name on live TV.
Darn right he
And
did.
I didn't see anybody else going around saying anything. Oh, McAfee doesn't know how to say names. No, so it happens.
It happens. Listen, this is an industry of names.
Yes.
Both real and fake. And I got to sit here and I got to memorize every single person's. Come on, you guys. Cut me some slack.
Cut him some slack.
I do sales regularly, day to day. And I'll be honest with you. I don't remember everyone's hand I shake every day. You know how I get around it? Hey, bud.
Hey, bud.
How you doing, sir? Good to see you.
That and name tags. Hey,
that's it.
How about that?
How you doing?
Why don't they do name tags?
Or GW Joe. You think I know Joe's last name? No, I don't know your last name, Joe. It's Joe. It's GW Joe. For all intents and purposes, something happens, I'm your emergency contact, GW Joe. I don't know Joe Alleguera or whatever your last name is. I don't know it.
Yeah,
You're GW Joe to me. That's it.
Yeah.
South Carolina, George, we literally grew up together. Have no idea what your last name is.
Yeah.
0.
Yeah, exactly.
Done.
Maddie Smith, we don't know what your last name is.
Could be Smith.
We don't know.
Doubt it.
Could be.
Doubt it. Highly doubt it. Sal Greco? Nope. I know a Sam Greco. I don't know a Sal Greco.
Sure, if you
Sure.
say so.
Yeah, okay.
You know, we'll play ball.
Okay.
Let's get to the Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn, you had your chance. And if all of you sit there and you say, well, Seth freaking Rollins, and that's why we started the show, because he is to be respected. The guy has eyeballs on his own sunglasses.
That's right.
You tell me, can anyone wear that? No, but Seth Rollins can.
He can.
And he does. And he's wearing this whole persona.
Yes.
And we need, you know what? We don't know what we need until they give it to us.
Well said.
You know?
true.
And this is what we needed.
Like, no one thought Braun Breaker would be part. Like, if I gave you 5 different names, going, Seth has to team up with, here are 5 names. I promise you, Braun Breaker comes in that lower percentile. No one would have saw that was a good matchup together, and it's turning out to be great. I have to say one thing, though. Is this a lead up where maybe Sami Zayn is the 3rd member?
Well, yeah, 3rd or technical 4th, I guess.
Well, see, this is the funny thing. Again, with this name, right, the Trifecta of Terror. No offense to Paul Heyman, you're behind the scenes guy, but
Right.
you're not like the terror part of the trifecta. You know what I mean? So that's why I say there's room for an extra person. But and I told you last week, you're not a true faction unless you're 3.
You need at least 3.
Got to be 3, because if you're just 2, guess what? You're a tag team. You're not a faction. You're a tag team.
You're a tag team.
Okay. So my whole thing is this like their way of kind of saying Sami Zayn will join? And if it is Sami Zayn, do we want Sami Zayn?
We don't want Sami Zayn.
I don't think I want Sami Zayn.
No, I don't want Sami Zayn.
You know who I want? I would rather Kevin Owens, but not Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
It just doesn't flow. It doesn't go. The Braun was a little bit of a leap with the Seth.
I want
like a little bit of a
You know
jump.
who I want it to be?
Yeah. Who was it again?
You know who I want it to be?
Yeah, who?
The Intercontinental Champion.
Oh yeah, the Dom. Dom's not going to join this fight. He's got his own fight. He's running a whole other.
He's
crew.
running over there. But you know what? It's got to be the Braun Breaker play.
Yeah.
Was so brilliant.
Right.
Because it's new. You're right. Like, let's bring a new person in. Let's get some new. Let's bring some new blood up. So that's who it's got to be. We need some new blood. We need some. We need someone with a little pizzazz.
Yeah,
an
man.
up and comer that they could make it. That's what we need.
That's what it is.
I don't know who. I'm just trying to think. Like who.
We'll figure it out as time goes on. I threw out that name last week, Logan Paul. I just think it works perfectly to some degree. Well, no, to all degrees, I think it works. Problem is, Logan's so big on his own, too. It's fine. It doesn't have to be Logan, but that would be a nice faction.
That'd be a good faction. Seth Rollins, Logan Paul, Braun Breaker.
Tell me.
Come on.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
So, yeah, you're not and never will.
So were you a little surprised that it's Seth? Oh, I think I'm answering my own question. Sami Zayn comes out, okay, but the CM Punk, who's always on, Cody Rhodes is always on, Roman Reigns, not always on, but there. But are you a little surprised that these 3 are like staying out of the limelight right now, and we got more of a Sami Zayn kind of?
No, I'm glad that they are. You need a little vacation time, just from a storyline as well. Like WrestleMania, as they always say, is supposed to be the end of the big storylines, and then you start fresh again. Sometimes you got to pull people back,
Right.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
okay with that. But Sammy, you know what? I only got one wooden spoon.
Yeah.
I do.
We'll get to those in a minute.
No, I just got one.
Oh, you don't got one? You want to do it now?
Yeah,
go
yeah,
ahead.
because
Go ahead.
it goes to.
There's no timelines on this.
There's no timelines.
You can do whatever you want.
It's my drawer.
By the way, he's wearing sunglasses in the studio. It's so wicked.
Yeah,
It's so wicked.
And we're not even recording video.
Oh, that's coming.
It better
We
be.
have our AGM after.
We have our AGM.
There's an AGM.
We do an annual general meeting for the sports show.
And the ACT.
Maybe finds his way in there. Daddy, what we're saying is we're creating more work for you. And you're going to like it. Because we are Greek and Aries. Because we are alternataries.
Well done.
Listen, the fact of the matter remains is Sami Zayn gets a wooden spoon because you got let off the hook. You were asked. You were given options. And you chose the wooden spoon
You
from
did.
Rollins. You chose it. So no sympathy card here. I don't feel bad for you. Can't stand you.
I know. You're right. You're right. You know what it is? In the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, you're trying to play the bloodline line. He's like, when he's in trouble, he's like, hey, like the bat signal. Hey, bloodline, come form together and we'll take on these guys.
Right.
Sammy, that's not going to work.
News team assemble. You know Ron Burgundy.
He's no Ron Burgundy at all. As we were watching Raw, this is the one thing, I got to be honest with you. Look, I've told you guys over and over again. Do I like Gunther? Yes. Do I think his promos are... He's got promos that are just like right for his personality. Let me make this clear. It fits, exactly. He's not MJF. He's not Cody Rhodes. He's not John Cena. He's Gunther. And he's going to get to the point. World champion. He was Intercontinental champion for many years, where to the point he's got the record for the amount of days, years, whatever you want to call it. He's held that record. Yeah. Then he was he was the world heavyweight champion for the last little while up until WrestleMania, where he lost it. WrestleMania comes about, and now you're going to fight Pat McAfee. Look, Pat McAfee right now is probably the hottest thing in sports commentary, I'll say. Yes, I get that. He's one of the co-hosts, or whatever you want to call it, with the W, along with Michael Cole. Pat McAfee. That's where we're going with this. I just feel like they're doing him a little dirty. I mean, this is a guy that and this is the problem. I think where WWE is going, we're not sure what we're going to do. Let's do the Pat McAfee thing. Let's get him attacking the broadcasters. I don't know, man. I don't really like it. I'm not a fan of this. I don't like it.
What if?
What if?
What if?
Yeah.
The whole thing with the Pat McAfee is because someone comes in to save the day, who's fed up, who's looking to just have one more match. One more match. Goldberg.
Oh.
Goldberg. I see it. I see it, Mitch.
I see what you're saying.
Because he's going to destroy the McAfee.
Right.
Michael Cole's going to want to come in. He'll probably destroy the Michael Cole.
Right. Well, I agree with you, but I think they're also going to... I don't think it's going to be a squash match. I think they're going to give McAfee an opportunity. It's going to be like a 10-minute match, a 5-7-minute match. It's not going to be a grab you, choke you out match. It's not going to be one of those. I just don't see that. And if it was, why? Then why are we even doing this? Exactly. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Just wait and see.
I guess we will.
Goldberg. Gunther.
I just don't.
SummerSlam.
And Pat, listen, man, I respect what you're doing on the commentary game. I like what you do with the NFL and the ESPN and all that stuff, college game day. But Gunther, you wanna die on that sword, man? You want a piece of that? You sure? I mean, you turned pretty red when he choked you out, bud.
I'm just saying.
Like, I've seen apples less red than that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Can McAfee act or what?
He's pretty good.
Maybe he overdid the choking the other week. Maybe he overdid it.
Think he was holding his breath?
Some people like the choke. Some people, they take it well.
They're choking guys. Exactly. Enough. Okay.
Enough. Did you just say enough?
No.
Enough.
Tap out.
Enough. Don't do it.
The Randy Orton and the John Cena. I was thinking about that one too. So you got Randy Orton, you got John Cena. Can I just tell you something? You know what's making this all worse, Dimitri, is when we're looking at the John Cena situation. He's now the champion, 17-time world champion. He's the goat of goats. Everyone's respecting him. Everyone's even saying it. And then you get Randy Orton coming out, and he's twice RKO'd him. And in a manner where I'm like, this doesn't feel like the guy that just won the championship, and the guy that's telling you he's only got a few more shows left, and the guy that's going, I'm done at the end of the year. I just feel like there's a really big disconnect right now. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Do you know what I mean?
I like where they're going in a way. I go, okay, cool. Randy Orton, the history, the there makes sense. Part of the tour. But I
feel like something's missing.
The John Cena heel turn, something's missing here.
Well, I think we all know The Rock should have been part of it. He's not. Okay. And I think it's actually becoming a bigger deal than we thought.
It's amazing where we said Cody Rhodes comes in, week out and says the exact same thing.
Right.
We find that annoying. That's what's happening here, Mitch. Mm-hmm. And I just feel like there's no, like, what's the... we're not building to anything here. I feel like we're just running wasted reps.
Right.
We're doing junk reps.
We're doing junk reps. Yeah, exactly. You did your 10. Now you're doing an extra 2 thinking that's going to pump you up a little bit more. It will, but it won't. It is what it is. So they're going to be, it's official. It's John Cena, Randy Orton at Backlash in St. Louis. Look, we're not going to see, here's my crazy prediction if you guys want to write this down.
What if?
No, this is not a what if. This is a guarantee. You will not see Cody Rhodes until Backlash. He will come back and somehow enter into that match. Now, is he going to help John Cena? Is he going to help Randy Orton? Is he going to cause some Yes, but I don't know for who. You know what I mean? But that's the next time we see Cody Rhodes. It's obvious. Like, what I'm getting at is where Elimination Chamber was so off the chain. It was so crazy. No one predicted it. Now, all of a sudden, it's kind of, things are becoming a little predictable. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And here's another one for you. Rhea Ripley, Io Sky. Ooh. I don't get what's happening. Like, you got the Rhea Ripley, who's such a big draw, big a star. I'm happy Io's got the belt. But why do you have Io helping Rhea as she's taking on this new part of her life? It's kind of weird, no?
And why, after all the disrespect and the fighting, you know what's a pet peeve of mine?
What's that?
So we get the Mania.
Yeah.
And why is it that we have to have continued storylines even after Mania? It seems like every single storyline is a continued storyline.
Right.
Sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get it.
Like, isn't that why you go, just so you can settle your business?
That's why I went.
That's why I would go.
Yeah.
If I beat you up at WrestleMania, likely outcome.
Highly that would never happen.
Likely outcome.
I doubt it very much.
Okay, hold on.
What?
Alternate scenario before the alternate scenario.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Actually, do you have an alternate scenario?
No, I got tons of them, but go on.
Okay, hold on. Mike, cue the music.
Yeah, cue it.
Cue the music. We're going to do an inter-alternate scenario.
Okay.
Alternate scenario. Who wins one-on-one, one pinfall?
Are we in a cage match?
No, hold on.
Okay, I'm out.
Straight match between... And we're not tagging each other in because we're not helping each other. This is me versus you now.
Yeah, well, obviously.
Okay.
How do we tag
so who wins? Straight up match, one fall, me versus you, straight up.
100%.
Yeah, not with my wrestling background.
No.
I got you.
Buddy, you wrestled so did I. I wrestled too. I don't get what the problem
know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
No, I am like an agile barracuda.
Okay.
Like, I will eat you.
Okay, fair enough. Straight up match.
I'll eat you.
I'll give it to you.
I will frog splash you from the top rope.
I will
frog splash you from the top rope.
You will never walk up a top rope, I can guarantee.
Are you crazy?
You would
I'm a high flyer, baby.
You're a lucha boar. Never mind. No way. Alternate scenario. Mitch versus Dimitri.
This is why you're not allowed to talk about lucha. You're disrespecting the lucha.
Alternate scenario. Mitch versus Dimitri steel cage match.
I win again.
No.
Now it got you in my sight. You can't run away.
No.
You can't run away from me.
I climb the cage faster than you.
Yeah, exactly, because you're running away. But I ain't letting you run away, boy. I'm not letting you run away.
First of all, just the height advantage alone, I take 3 less steps to the top of the cage.
Listen to this guy. He's Andre the Giant, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking to. I didn't realize my partner was 7'4" the whole time.
Okay.
All right.
Time out.
Okay.
Time out.
All right, go ahead.
How about this one?
All right.
Alternate scenario.
Okay.
TLC match.
TLC. Oh, okay.
I destroy you in one of
But
them.
why is it that you will beat me in a TLC match and not the other ones?
You're not willing to go the extra mile.
I'm not going to lie to you. You're absolutely correct. I am so lazy to claim
this is what I'm saying.
You're totally right.
Yeah, I think I got you.
Fair enough. As long as if it's a TLC match, I'll lose. Only because, my pain tolerance is slightly not what you think it is.
Ladder match.
Yeah.
The belt straps up at the top. Mitch versus Dimitri.
Yeah.
Who wins a ladder match?
Here's the problem. Even as I'm standing on the ladder, I still may not be able to reach the belt.
See, this is what I'm saying.
So Automatically, it's so then I take you to court, and I win in court for discrimination, and I win the titles that way.
You can't do court.
And I win. No, I can do court.
You can't do court.
I'm doing court.
No one takes any.
I'm the court guy. I'm going to take you to court.
Oh my goodness, what a new angle for WWE.
Yeah.
Someone takes someone to court.
Yeah.
Like they lose, like, I'm suing.
They should.
Heyman should be the first person to sue another wrestler.
Listen, I don't know why they're waiting on it.
This is crazy.
Sue 'em.
Okay,
Done.
last but certainly not least.
Okay. I just think we need to just always be tagged, me and you.
No, I agree, but we're just saying this. That's why this is an alternate scenario,
Right.
Because what we're talking about would absolutely never happen.
Never happen.
So I get you in the TLC match.
Right.
I get you in the ladder match.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay.
You get me on the one-on-one match.
Yeah.
You get me on
In the cage match.
match.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Strap match? Which one?
Don't.
Okay.
I know what
I know.
Hold on. Actually, in the strap match, I think you would beat me. Just out of experience
Oh,
alone.
yeah, 100%.
You got, how much older are you than me?
5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
5 years older than me?
5-ish.
Ish. Okay. So near a Greek Olympic schedule.
Correct.
Okay. We need 1 year to rest.
It's
everyone.
true. It's yeah.
I think you beat me in the strap match because you have 5 years of Greek dad straps.
That's what I'm
over
saying.
I do.
Over you. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
So you win.
My tolerance is way higher.
Way higher. Way higher. Way higher. Yeah. Okay.
Well, speaking of that.
Okay.
U.S. Championship. Listen, the one thing I am very much looking forward to. I didn't think of this one. It didn't cross my brain. But Logan Paul, Jey Uso, I like it. And when they came out and had a little chat, Logan did his thing. Jey Uso came down, 20 minutes to do the yeet. Yeah, I get it. Very popular. Side crescent kick, super kick, whatever you want to call it. Boom, done. That's how you conduct an interview. Boom. Boom.
Boom.
Listen, I am liking that one. Because here's the thing. Jay's lost his belt early when I think he had the Intercontinental for like a minute.
That's right.
Literally a minute.
That's right.
So to have the World Championship belt or the World Heavyweight belt taken from him by Logan Paul in, call it, a minute or the next pay-per-view, it shouldn't be a shock to anybody, and I'm actually kind of encouraging it.
There's something there.
Yes. Like, here's the thing. Do you like Jey Uso because he's got a fun yeet entrance and all that? Or do you like him because of his wrestling prowess? The reality is you like him because of the yeet. Logan Paul is just Logan Paul. And I'm down for the Logan Paul to have the belt.
Listen, Logan Paul they need to do it in a way. I actually think he should actually hold the Universal Champion.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's such a massive brand ambassador for them.
Yeah.
That they realize, the business realizes it. But as fans, we don't realize how good he is for the business.
Well, you know what's funny? He had mentioned, he goes, in my third match ever, I was taking on Roman Reigns in the United Emirates.
The Arab Emirates.
The long story and the short is this. Third match, that's your third match. It's only a matter of time before one of those two belts are on his waist. Done.
U.S. title he's already got.
That one was a nice little hors d'oeuvre, a nice appetizer. He will carry one of those belts, and when he does, ladies and gentlemen, watch out, because it's only a matter, like, this is all marketing now. Last week's show, when we were talking about the recap of WrestleMania, and we were going through the numbers, guys, WWE is all about the numbers. This is what it's all about now. It has nothing else to do with anything else. Logan's talented enough that he can carry it. God knows we watched the Hulk Hogan for so many years. Yeah. We watched, other wrestlers with maybe not as much ability. In fact, they're making fun of John Cena right now for not having as much ability. Logan Paul can roll, man. He can go. Just saying. I think we're seeing a very soon World Heavyweight Champion. Not undisputed, the World Heavyweight.
The World Heavyweight Champion. Yeah, I wouldn't. I embrace everything about it. And this is what the business is, everyone. Yeah. But we all like it. We don't realize we like it. We might complain about it.
That's right.
But deep down, we actually like it.
That's right.
It's operating.
It's working.
At a ridiculous level. That's and so on the one end, I'll just say this to you, fan. Don't praise the business for being better than it's ever been. And then criticize the moves that has made it become better than it's ever been.
I know, right? Speaking of ex-world champions, or maybe one day, Becky Lynch finally came out and said, hey, listen, I just don't like Bayley. And listen, Valkyria, I told you I didn't like her. We're both from Ireland. We're buddies, where I thought we were, but you wouldn't listen to me, so I had to do my damage on her. She comes out, explains her case. They're gonna meet up for the Intercontinental Championship in a Backlash. You know, the Backlash card is actually turning out to be a not bad card. The Becky Lynch situation, I just don't know what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like, she was so hell-bent on being the man, and she is the man, that now she's okay with the Intercontinental?
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I'm saying? It just doesn't, it's not flowing. It doesn't go. It doesn't meet.
But you got to go somewhere.
Yeah. I guess.
But Mitch, hold on. I'd rather Becky Lynch be the Intercontinental Champion that makes sense.
Okay.
Then someone hold it for the sake of holding it.
Right.
That doesn't really work for me. Now follow me on this. Back in the day.
But why does Becky Lynch deserve it? Like, why? Like, no, hold on.
Whoa.
She deserved it. She headlined WrestleMania when she did, okay? And she won the belt. All praise to her. She did great. Since then, that was years ago. That's like still saying, you know, well, Hulk Hogan deserves that Hulk Hogan can come back at any time and be the champion at any time. I don't actually believe in that. I'm a big believer, like, you got to earn your stripes at all levels. Like, you just do. Because things change, man. There's so many people on the roster now. How can you possibly just say, well, Becky Lynch is now the Intercontinental Champion? It just doesn't feel right. It doesn't seem right.
No. I get it. I know what you're saying, but she's still better than most.
She is.
And it's no different.
But is she?
Yeah, she
But
is.
are we giving everyone else a chance? Here's the point. Now we'll go into AEW.
Yeah, but why do we got to give people chances?
Well,
for the sake
because
of it?
the game is ever changing, man. It's changing every minute. Let's talk about AEW. And right before I got here, I just saw this one little reel. Mariah May out of AEW had her last match, apparently, and told Tony Khan, he's like, you know, I'm not re-signing with you guys. WWE is already knocking on my door. I'm going to WWE.
Right.
If Mariah May now comes to WWE, she automatically will be pushed into stardom, like, for a minute, right? But here's the thing. You got a Mariah May. You got a Charlotte Flair. You got Becky Lynch. You got Tiffany Stratton. You got Nia Jax starting to go for it. The point of the matter is like, everyone wants to be at the world championship level, but only a few can handle it, as we're starting to see with, like, listen, I love Tiffany, but yeah, I would rather see Tiffany be Intercontinental. They should have brought the Intercontinental belt earlier because she needed to move up those levels. To be automatic world champion, you can tell now, she's just not there, man.
You can tell that being look, Damian Priest and the Straton.
Yeah.
You can tell.
Great point.
Right.
Great point. Great
yes,
point.
like there's more than meets the eye. Then when you look and you put this against the people that are in the standing roster, John Cena, Randy Orton, they're pretty high right now. But even in past, you look at people like Ric Flair, like Hulk Hogan, like what's his face? Anyways, people that have held the belt numerous times, that have been the champions of their day.
Right.
Man, you know what? It does take a special person. You have to be a special person. Like,
right?
Look at Jey Uso is probably the hottest ticket right now.
Yeah.
From a fan interactive.
Agreed.
I'd say power rankings hot ticket. Jey Uso's number one.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay?
I agree with that.
And he still doesn't have...
You're right. He's still missing that.
He's missing.
Je ne sais quoi.
The je ne sais quoi.
Yeah.
The Mitch sais quoi.
The Mitch sais quoi.
The Mitch sais quoi.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The Ula Fera. The Alla Fera. Yeah, the Alla Fera. He's missing. How can, and that's a good point. How can he be your world champion when he wasn't even the head of his own bloodline?
That's right.
Do you see what we're saying here?
And speaking
There's
of bloodline.
There's a point to everything we're saying.
Speaking of bloodline.
Yeah.
I thought of a new segment.
Go ahead.
You know how I give out wooden spoons?
Yeah.
I said, I don't want to be the guy.
Right.
I don't want to be the guy.
You don't want to be that guy.
Who goes out of his way just to talk about the negativity and everything. Look, I don't want this show to be the show. So I came up with a new thing.
Okay.
We have the Alla Feta.
Right.
which you hold.
Thank you.
You hold. Okay? You are the
And respect it.
You are the village shepherd.
Thank
You hold the olive feta. We need like a bouzouki. Gling, 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 gling. The Greek of the week.
The Greek of the week.
The Greek of the week goes to Paul Heyman for his contributions to the wrestling business.
Is that where you're going with it?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I want to give a wooden spoon to all the bad stuff that happens.
Right.
But I want to be positive.
Oh, and then you want to give a Greek
So
of
I
the
got
week.
Greeks
Oh,
of the
I
week.
see. Oh, I
I'm
was like,
starting. So I just gave it to the Heyman.
Right.
But I will be starting the Greeks of the week.
The Greeks of the week.
Yeah.
We have segment after segment over here. We got tons of
That's
stuff
all
to
we
go.
do.
So I watched AEW. You know, listen, AEW's starting to catch a little fire. I'm not saying they're wicked every week, but they're getting there. Again, they start off like 8-man tag on Wednesday night. The Kenny, the Speedball, the Mark Briscoe, the Kevin King, the Young Bucks, the Okada, and the Rick. The Ricochet, let me tell you something about Ricochet right now, okay? He can't do any wrong right now.
No.
I don't know what he did, like as he drove from WWE headquarters down to Jacksonville to AEW headquarters and said, oh yeah, I'll teach you guys something. He's changed. I love it. WWE, you guys gotta admit, this guy, if you guys could get him to do that up there, or if you allowed him to be that guy up there, he would have stayed at WWE. He is really, I don't know, he is outperforming his game right now. Strictly on the microphone. Forget about his wrestling skills, because he's always been a great wrestler. It was his mic skills that we were always giving him a hard time for. He is doing such a great job with his persona right now.
So this is where people would criticize that he wasn't good on the mic.
Right.
No, he wasn't good on the mic the way you wanted him to
That's
be
right.
on
That's
the
right.
mic. What we've just learned is he's good on the mic.
He's got a personality.
This guy, you're right, Mitch, he's riding high.
He's right. I'm telling you right now, he is up there in the power rankings of like just, I kind of want to see what you got to say or what you're going to do. It's the little words he uses. It's the little gestures he does. There's just something. And right now, listen, Young Bucks, I'm not telling you how to do your job, but I'm going to tell you how to do your job. You got to hire this guy.
Are you
You
in
got
my
to
notes?
bring him into the elite.
Are you in my notes?
I'm not in your notes.
I don't
You don't
have
have any notes. You got to bring him in.
It's him and the Okada.
Oh. Yeah.
Bitch.
Oh, that's it. That's
it.
all you need to do.
That's it.
Boom. Isn't it crazy? That's all you really need.
Yeah.
Their wrestling speaks for itself, both of them.
I'll never forget. I watched, it was one of the Rock documentaries years ago. Came out. Actually, I think it was around the time when he was with Cena, that whole feud. They're interviewing, they have the different wrestlers, but they got the Jericho. And the Jericho is like giving him so much praise. And he goes, guys, this guy just raised an eyebrow and made the crowd go wild.
Right.
Like that's when you're at a level of when you're connected with the fans.
That's a really good point. Yeah. You know what? And I'm telling you, as we've done this pod over and over again over the last year and a bit now, this is the one thing I've convinced myself that I am. I used to think I was a wrestling fan. I'm not. I'm a wrestling fan, yes, but I'm give me the promo. I'm a promo guy through and through, and I need you to show me your personality. I'm all about, if I had a pie graph right now, Dimitri, it would be like 70% personality, 20% wrestling, and the 10% is maybe your body type and like if you're ripped up or if you're whatever. That's how I look at it. If you can't carry yourself on the mic, I could care less about everything else. And that takes me to my next point. The Ops. Right now you got, what a dumb name too. Okay, I'm sorry. We got the Trifecta of Terror, and now you got the Ops, and you got Samoa Joe running this faction with Hobbs and the other gentleman there. I'm sorry, I forgot his name now. But the point is okay, you're the trios champion. Congratulations, wicked, awesome. Samoa Joe, you're supposed to get me to believe that Samoa Joe is going to win the world championship of Jon Moxley in a cage match that's now been announced.
That Mitch beats me on.
Exactly. that Samoa Joe's going to come out and win this championship. You're not convincing me. Like, why in God's name would I believe? Like, and here's the thing: Samoa Joe, body type. Let's be honest, looks like all of us. Okay, but his promo is a beauty, and his wrestling's amazing. So there's your 90% love you. And if he was as big as The Rock, dude.
Yeah.
He's your new rock.
He's your new rock.
He's your new rock.
Your new rock.
No, but seriously, all I'm saying is, like, at the end of the day, right now, AEW's got a problem where they've got... Why am I watching Samoa Joe and Jon Moxley again? Why? Why am I watching this again? Why?
Yeah.
Like, why? No, it's an actual question.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Why.
I'm looking at you.
Me.
Why?
Me. I just that Fletcher match was good.
Let me ask you this.
The necklace doesn't work.
Okay. So I've made fun of Hook forever, right?
Yeah.
Hook's gone.
Yeah.
Like, but no reason into what happened.
Right.
What if
Uh-oh.
at their match, what if no pant Pac sitting in the back talking to Hook? You know, I'm sure they have coffee together or something.
Why
They're
wouldn't
like, hey, what's up? It's like, so what's going on with you're part of Ops? He's like, yeah, I'm Ops. You're Death Ray? Yeah. Listen, we got benefits over here. It's like, but how do you benefit? You never wear pants. Yeah, don't worry about that.
It's not about the pants.
We got dental. We got eye care. We got this. We got that. All this stuff. What?
Yeah. What?
He's like, are you guys looking? Are you guys hiring?
Again, just
let me talk to John. Maybe.
Hey, question for you. You into massages?
Maybe.
Because we got 90% coverage.
Yeah. 90%.
Yeah.
What? Listen, Samoa's not. He's not offering that on this end. Okay. Let's talk.
Okay.
Because I do find it a little weird that he's just gone all of a sudden. And mark my words, he will be the new member. Because this is the other thing about the Death Rider. None of them talk except for John.
Right.
Shafir never talks. Claudio never talks. Barely. No pant Pac. He's got no pants. What's he going to talk about?
What can he talk about? Not his pants.
Hook. We don't want him to talk. Yeah. Makes all the sense in the
Wheeler
world.
Yuta might be talking, but his beard's too big. We don't know if he's talking.
We can get rid of him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's growing on me.
Yeah, he could stay.
As his beard grows, his likability grows.
Okay, yeah, I see that. I see that. You know what? Actually, I would keep him. You're right. Claudio might be the guy to go. Or even Pac. Pac misses a few shows.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I can't figure out Claudio's jacket. Are those fortune cookie fortunes just taped on?
Not really sure.
Not sure either.
Not sure what that is.
Today, going to win match.
Here's what I don't understand. This is what I don't understand.
Yeah.
Bobby Lashley.
Right. Okay.
What is he trying to prove?
Okay. What's happening?
What is he jealous, or is he truly going, we don't need an extra guy? Like, is he like operations manager, like that's going to cost too much money to run this operation guy? Or he's like, no, I just don't like that guy.
Yeah, well, Daddy probably knows.
Yeah.
Because of the interview.
Right.
They probably talk behind the scenes.
What are your thoughts? Should the Hurt Syndicate literally bring on MJF? Because the way it's going, would you agree with this? That MJF right now is on a crash course to fight Bobby Lashley. And let's say they do. Well, Bobby Lashley is a tag team champion, right? What does it matter if he wins or loses that match with MJF?
Yeah.
Like, what I'm getting at is, like, either let the guy in or don't let him in.
Right.
Like, just end this whole, like, back and forth each week. We got something going on.
End the charade.
Because let's call it what it is. If anyone gives you cars, money, and girls, how are you saying no to this guy? In fact, you owe him an apology.
Yeah, I think that they should not let him in, but let him hang out.
Oh, you're thinking he's like Carlito.
Exactly.
MJF is now the Carlito of
he's not a Hurt Syndicate.
And by the way, like, now that I mention it,
yeah.
Does Carlito not have the best gig in all of wrestling?
He's a backup goaltender.
He's not even doing anything.
This is the best part.
He never wrestles.
No.
Ever.
No.
And he's like, okay, yeah, sure, throw me in for a couple of, like, squashes. I'll get smashed, and that's it.
Takes a couple bumps here and there.
But I'm coming with, right?
Sorry, $1.5 million a year, you say?
How much?
The contract prices of the alternate commentary table are not verified or an accurate depiction, nor suggested.
And you want me to eat apples?
Hold on, do I buy the apples or do you supply the
Good
apples?
Good question.
You know, what's part of the expense?
Okay, I'll pay him. I'll buy. At this point, he should just buy his own apples.
Yeah, but hold on. Then does the Judgment Day buy the apples or does he personally buy the apples?
Great question
does
again.
he expense it to the Judgment Day?
That's a good point.
This is why Hook is going to join for these questions.
That's a good point. So another match that caught me off guard the other night was Nick Wayne. Okay, this Nick Wayne guy, I'm going to be honest with you, he's starting to like grow on me. I don't know why, but he just is. There's just something about him. His attire isn't. He's wearing this like robe with like I don't know. He looks like a Spider-Man, but not. Like it's weird, right?
Right.
But what's winning me over is where he was taking on Jay Lethal this week, right? And Jay Lethal, who is Jay Lethal? Is my question. Are you Macho Man? Are you Ric Flair? Or are you Jay Lethal? We have a problem here.
What? Okay, what happened?
Who is he? I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
He's got a killer Macho Man, though.
He's got a great Macho. He's got a great Ric Flair. And the problem is, I don't want Jay Lethal, but I want Ric Flair and I want Macho Man.
He shock go back to that.
He should go back.
Yeah, he should. It was wasted in TNA. One of the greatest promos there, though, of all time.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Did I? I can't.
But you know, going back to that promo, that famous promo of him and Ric Flair going back in the. I've heard rumors where Ric Flair didn't know. He's just like, do what you got to do. Like, do.
I believe that.
But why? But what? Like, as I watch it, and I've watched it like 100 times, I'm sure. What is it that like caused Rick to turn that bright of red? Like, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
he was red, like red. Like, is it because he was doing a better Ric Flair than Ric Flair was doing Ric Flair?
That could be it.
Do you think that's what it was?
That could be it. Yeah, he was aggressive and mad.
I'm trying to figure it out still.
I loved Beer Money, by the way.
Buddy, are you in my notes?
Like that.
Those dudes were. Where are you? Come back.
I know.
You got time.
I know.
You got time.
That was there. You know, TNA in those years of TNA. I will say this: it's actually a shame they were never bigger. Because if you go back in the archives and it's tough because for us watching it at the time, you're like, oh, okay, whatever. Maybe you didn't watch because you're like, what's this going to be about? But when you go back and you look at the talent and the promo, like a lot of things that was going on, man, if they were just on the big screen, would they have been better? No?
Dude, I'm 100%. They would be in the DX conversation of like, if you're talking about Road Dogg and Jesse James, I've put them in that category of that's how popular they would be.
Okay, hot take.
Yeah.
With the exception of the NWO.
Okay.
If TNA and WCW flipped years.
Yeah.
Is TNA still around?
Sorry, how do you...
So if TNA flipped timelines with WCW.
Oh, I see.
During the 83 weeks.
Yeah.
The Mitch's meaningless 83 weeks.
It's completely meaningless.
Do they stick around?
Maybe. Because, I think they actually had more meat to the bone. Yeah, in a weird way. I think they do. They had some good things, but no one noticed. To your point, I see what you're saying now. Yeah.
And they didn't have the budget.
They didn't have the budget. And buddy, again, we just
Dixie Carter?
When they had the Octagon, were you a fan of the she's Greek?
Yeah, buddy,
Shut your mouth.
Yeah, she's part Greek.
No. Okay, get her a shirt. Mike, send a shirt, please.
Buddy, I'm almost positive. I think her dad's Greek.
So when you got the Bobby Roode and you got the James Storm together, imagine them on a big stage wrestling for more people to see. I think they would have been a lot more popular. They were basically like Stone Cold. If Stone Cold would have had a faction, that would have been the other two members of his faction.
Right.
Yes?
If Stone Cold
had a faction,
yeah,
those two guys from Beer Money
buddy,
would have been part of his faction.
They'd be Stone Cold Beer.
Is that a thing? That is a thing. Okay, last thing in AEW, because it's the most important thing. Kyle Fletcher, the Protostar, which, by the way, there's a name. That's how you name a team, a faction, a person. The Protostar. Whoever's doing that, well done, sir. Well done. Versus the Hangman. Now, here's the thing. Hangman ends up beating him in a great match, by the way. Fantastic match. So it's going to be the Owen Hart finals. You've got yourself a little Will Ospreay taking on the Hangman. Dude, I got to be honest with you. Why do I need to, why is the Hangman getting push again?
She might not be Greek. Okay. Might be another Dixie Carter.
I was going to say, I don't know. But why is, in this case, why is Hangman getting another push again?
I'm okay with it.
You're okay?
Yeah, he's on the top end of their talent.
Kyle Fletcher, man, that guy, buddy, I'm loving this guy right now. I think, my humble opinion right now, you give me all the superstars under the age of 28, 29 years old or under 30. Give me Kyle Fletcher all day and twice on Sunday.
I don't understand why AEW just doesn't push the Don Callis family to the top, and just turn it into a bloodline thing. I don't understand it. You're right.
Are they not?
I don't mind this. Look, Ospreay, Hangman, Adam Page, that's going to be delicious.
It's delicious. All right. You know what else is delicious?
What?
Is lamb on Easter Sunday.
Obviously.
But even more better than that is the alternate scenario.
Ooh.
There was a video that came out where Logan Paul literally went up to Stone Cold Steve Austin and said, hey, for $1 million, would you dress up in the Prime mascot costume? And Stone Cold told them basically to get lost. My question to you is, was that a moment where Stone Cold wishes he could get back? Is that a hell yeah or hell no? I'll tag you in.
Yeah, no, that's a hell no. That's listen, Logan Paul and the Paul brothers have done a really good job of ruining legacies at the end of people's careers.
Right.
Just say no, Stone Cold. Just say no. Let me tag you in.
Listen, $1 million just to put on the costume. And if anyone can make it work, Stone Cold giving somebody a stunner, it could have worked. Would have been funny. Would it kill his rep? Yeah. So, you did the right thing, but $1 million just to put on his costume?
Is that offer stand?
We'll do it.
Yeah.
We'll do it right now. I'll let Dimitri Stone Cold stun me. It's no problem whatsoever. For $1 million.
I'll even let him win the ladder match.
Do you have 2 ladders? Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff started a new wrestling league this week, and they said that it's going to be a lot like The Voice, okay? Will this work? It's called Real American Freestyle. Have you heard about it? You saw this, right?
I did, yeah.
Okay, so they brought on Izzy Martinez, legendary wrestling coach. They made a big promo about it, but it's going to be actual freestyle wrestling with maybe a little bit of wrestling, WWE, AEW, all the other promotions, kind of maybe production behind it. Real money. They're going to be putting real money behind it. Will this work? Not work? I'll tag you in.
I want it to work.
Really?
Because I love Olympic wrestling.
Okay.
And it's been, from an Olympic perspective, unfortunately, in trouble as of late.
Right.
So, but I think it is going to work.
You think it'll work?
And I'll tell you why. Because Bischoff's got a little Simon Cowell in him. Hogan's got the personality. And wrestling is just hot. It's residual. I think it's going to work. For about 2 weeks. Let me tag you in.
Yeah, I don't know. I think about this and I'm like, it's got the idea's there, but I think too many people just like what they like, and this is just too far down the trough that they're not going to like this type of wrestling.
Fair.
Sorry. All right. You guys have all seen it on the internet the last couple of weeks. It's been the number one thing. 100 random men versus one silverback gorilla. Right now, I'm going to give Dimitri a couple of scenarios of wrestlers. If you were to clone them 100 times, could they win? Here, real quick. Stone Cold Steve Austin. 100 Stone Colds versus one silverback gorilla. Yes or no? I'll tell you in.
Hell yeah.
Roman Reigns. 100 Roman Reigns versus one silverback gorilla.
You got to give respect to the champ. I'll say yes.
100 Cody Rhodes versus one silverback gorilla.
No.
Cody Rhodes.
Ah!
100 MJF versus one silverback gorilla.
Ring or no ring?
Ring.
No.
Last one. 100 John Cena's versus one silverback gorilla. I'll tag you in.
You mean to tell me that in any God-given Greek world that a goat can't beat a gorilla? Oh, you damn right it can. Because the goat beats the gorilla all day long. And it just takes one John Cena. Actually, it takes 17 of them.
That's right. Boom.
Gorilla suck. Gorilla suck. I'll tell you what doesn't suck. What doesn't suck is being part of this beautiful network that includes all of you that support us, that listen to us, and we appreciate you all. Again, don't forget, pre-orders on the t-shirts. Celebrate Wrestling is the name. gWo, wherein is the game. Get it summertime ready. Thank you for everyone that tunes in. As I said before, Celebrate Wrestling is the podcast feed anywhere where you're downloading your podcast. Don't forget to join the Facebook page. Just look at Celebrate Wrestling, ask to join. Tiny little vetting process. Until then, just do what the name says, Celebrate Wrestling. Do that by listening to the alternate commentary table, Legends and Champions, and of course dropping tomorrow like it's hot, McGuire on Wrestling. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you next week.
Chair shot. Nikita!